What's up, Planeswalkers? DeckTech back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. I do, of course, hope you head over to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal. It helps us put the show. And if you do it before May 20th, you'll be entered in to win one of 3 sweet Richard Kane Ferguson playmats. Once again, all you have to do to enter in this drawing is to use my promo code 6 on flipsidegaming.com. Now, today, we're playing a bit of Bolas Citadel, and even though I hate the avatar, because we're playing a Bolas deck,
I will spare you in exchange for eternal servitude.
I take that. Since it's specifically Bolas Citadel, we're going to go ahead and play as the man, the myth, the legend of Bolas. Also Bolas sleeves, obviously. So this is the Abzan, essentially. It's really just a Golgari deck, and really it's just a mono green deck, kind of. Bolas Citadel deck, essentially this is a deck that utilizes Wildgrowth Walker in the Explore package to continue gaining a lot of life, playing off the top of the library, until you're able to either amass a large board of Explore creatures that just dome your opponent, or you have enough to sack those creatures with Bolas Citadel to either finish your opponent off or deal chunk to them, and then you probably have either like Command the Dreadhorde or another Bolas Citadel where you just play the second one or play the Command the Dreadhorde. And just get them back, get a bunch more triggers, find more things, etc., etc. So, going individually throughout this deck, I should note that I essentially amalgamated this list from Noxious's list and LVD's list. I did look at several other people's lists when putting this together, and that's what I usually do with a list that's been so heavily played already, is I kind of Frankenstein it and take the best parts that I think are useful, at least according to my playstyle. So, that's what I did for this one. For example, Noxious had Noxious was the one, I think, with the Wanderer, yes, with the Wanderer package plus the Command the Dreadhorde, as well as he had the Chupacabras, and I felt that was very helpful. But LVD had a Bond of Flourishing, and technically he had more Path of Discoveries, but really what I took mostly from LVD's list is the Bond of Flourishing. I decided not to keep the Gift of Paradise, nor did I play as many Path of Discoveries as either of them did, but I feel like this was a nice balance between the two that has been working out relatively well so far. So Llanowar Elves is just a helpful ramped card. It also only costs 1 when you play it off the top for Citadel. Very just useful card in this deck. We're running 4 Branchwalkers, Wildgrowth Walkers, and Jadelight Rangers as our main Explore package. People have talked about the Explore package enough. They gain you life. They help get rid of the lands or cards that you don't want to draw when Bolas Citadel is active. Very helpful. Oh my god, look at that awful effect. It's just mirrored. 3 Bonds of Flourishing. I'm not playing the full 4 that LVD did because I did need to make room for Chupacabra, Wanderer, and Command. But this is actually just a surprisingly helpful card. Not only does it net gain you a life if you play it off of Bolas Citadel, but also you are able to get any of your permanents, everything except for Command the Dreadhorde is a permanent in this deck. So pretty much anything that you want from the top 3. So if you're in a situation where you have just a bunch of lands on top, this is a very helpful card. And you're going to be able to get something specific that you need. Let's say you need a Wildgrowth Walker in order to actually keep going off with Bolas Citadel. This can help you get there, or it can just help you get another Explorer creature to gain you requisite amount of life to keep going off with Bolas Citadel. 4 treasure maps, because this card is kind of required. It is fantastic early on to help you get to the point where you can be casting your Bolas Citadel and doing nonsense stuff. But once you have the Bolas Citadel out, you actually no longer use this as kind of like an upkeep scry thing. Instead, you use it whenever you hit a pocket of lands, so that you're able to get rid of at least one of those lands. Hopefully your pocket of lands doesn't consist of more than 2, but it's very helpful in that regard. And when you flip it, you can have these extra treasures, which either can help you draw out of those things, similar to the scry, or you can utilize that extra mana for being able to play things out of your hand at maybe the same time you play something like Bolas Citadel. Very helpful. Very helpful. 2 Wayward Swordtooths. I think one of them was running 3 and the other was running 4. I might be wrong on that, but the point of this card essentially is to make sure that you can play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. This can theoretically ramp you a little bit in the early game, but really what the purpose of Wayward Swordtooth is in this deck is to make sure that you don't run into those pocket of land situations where you have just a bunch of lands in a row. This allows you to play multiples off the top of the deck. If you have a treasure map out, this can get you through 3 land pockets. Of note, this does stack, so if you have both Swordtooths out, then you are going to be able to cast or play 3 total lands for your turn, not counting like treasure map shenanigans to get through things. But you know, if you have treasure map, that's 4 lands you can pocket through, which is very helpful. 2 Ravenous Chupacabras. I actually really like this card that Noxious decided to put in because we don't really have any removal other than technically the Wanderer, but Chupacabra is very helpful at just giving us enough time against some decks to be able to, get to the point where we can combo off. The Wanderer is very helpful, but I need to talk about something. I have no idea why the music is not here. I've seen other people say that the music is not there in the deck list. Whatever, this is music list for now, who cares? The Wanderer does not protect your life total when you're using Bolas Citadel, because Bolas Citadel says you pay life for those cards, okay? The Wanderer says you prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to you. Now, the Wanderer is still very good because it really annoys decks like Mono Red. In fact, that wasn't the last deck I won against, that was the one before last, and I had the Wanderer out and they just couldn't really do anything. They had to either use 5 damage on this, or they can't hurt me, right? So the Wanderer is very fantastic in that situation. Additionally, she stops the damage-based board wipe spells, Deafening Clarion. Even though Deafening Clarion is not really played nearly as much, it still helps against that. That said, its main function, if it's already on the field, is to be able to get access to Command the Dreadhorde without taking any damage, because this does deal the damage, right? Okay, so this is non-combat damage. It's dealt to you. But another thing that's very important is that if you cast Command the Dreadhorde without the Wanderer already on the field, you will take damage. And the reason for this is because spells resolve in their exact order. So, because Command the Dreadhorde deals damage before you put them onto the battlefield, that means the Wanderer will not be in play by the time you get dealt the damage. If it were not the case, if it instead said, choose any number of target blah blah blah, put them onto the battlefield, then Command the Dreadhorde deals damage, you would be protected. But because it does not, you will take damage if you are trying to get the Wanderer out with Command the Dreadhorde, and there's not already one on the field. I just want to make sure everyone knows that, because that is a very important distinction. I didn't get caught with it, I just figured that might be something that not everyone knows about. For what it's worth, her -2 can help. It's get rid of, big things. Also, Cough Cough for Kindling Phoenix. That's essentially what it is. It only hits creatures, but who cares? 2 Path Discoveries, very helpful card. It turns all of your Explore creatures into more Explore. It turns all of your non-Explore creatures into Explore. Very helpful. It digs even further and stuff. It's good. 2 Command the Dreadhorde, I already talked about a little bit. But essentially, you play this to restock after you use a Citadel or something, or just to get just an insane amount of more value. Very, very helpful. Then there is Bolas Citadel, the coup de grace in this deck. You can look at the top of your library when it's out, and then you can just play any of the cards off top, including lands, which is important. Sorry, I had to send a very important text message. Make sure that I was not disturbed while recording. So you can play lands. Lands, of course, have 0 CMC, so they don't actually cost you any. But this doesn't mean you can play more lands than you already could. So that's why we have things like Wayward Swordtooth and Treasure Map and things like that. Additionally, when you activate it, you sack 10 non-land permanents, and then each opponent loses 10. It's very important that you know it's 10 non-land permanents. I saw recently MTG Jep. He forgot about during the game. He did write it in post. But yes, I do want to talk really quickly now about some sideboard options because of the fact that there are only 3 of them. Seeker Squire is just an additional Explore creature. I don't think we need any more, but if you feel as if you do, this is fine. Gaia's Blessing is something that you can do if you drop very important things back into the deck, or you just need to get through a land, right? This still helps with that. And then Gift of Paradise, of course, it is even on Bolas Citadel by costing 3 and gaining 3, and it kind of serves as ramp. I just don't feel it was necessary. But yeah, let's hop in some games and hopefully get some dang music back. And we're playing this in ranked. So originally I did 1 practice game in unranked because I wanted to get a feel for the deck. I've seen it plenty of times. I've watched several people play it, but I just still wanted to make sure I understood how to play the deck, right? And I went up against mono green elves. They went very wide. I went wider. This hand is awful, but for the treasure maps, so I will keep it. We are going first, so that helps as well. It was an interesting game. He got to like 27 cards or something like that. I got to 5. 5 cards left in my deck, and he died it. Oh gosh, Boros Aggro. Oh no, this is not Boros Aggro. This is something much worse. This is Aristocrats. I assume it's more Aristocrats anyway. That just based on that play, that's what my assume is. Could actually just be Boros, though. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I was able to beat Elves. I lost against Mono Blue. Oh, this is when I went back to ranked. I lost against Mono Blue. And... Oh, it's the Feather deck. Interesting. And I wholly believe it's because I flubbed. Branchwalker is okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I was thinking about just playing the treasure map this turn and having double treasure map out, but I might as well just go ahead and take a little bit of life, play out a Merfolk Branchwalker, see what we get off top. But essentially, the loss came down to the fact that I had an okay board out. This is helpful with Command the Dreadhorde, but I really don't think that I want this on top. Yeah. I had a really good... I had a decent board. I had, like, double Wildgrowth Walker, so I could get out of the situation if I was able to explore. And I believe I had a Path of Discovery. But my opponent had, like, double... the 3-drop... Tempest Gin. There we go. I had double Tempest Gin. And double... Do I want to play Path of Discovery here? I think I do. That's actually nice to see. So we can do this, and then next turn we Path of Discovery. We have Path of Discovery down, so we can just Wildgrowth Walker. Yeah, that seems fine. And instead of... I killed one of them with my Chupacabra. My Chupacabra then had to block and die. For reasons. And I would then cast Command the Dreadhorde. And instead of getting their killed Tempest Gin, I tried to get my Chupacabra, and they sacrificed one of their creatures. No. In order to save their Tempest Gin, which meant that I was dead on board. But if I'd got the Tempest Gin, I would have been able to stabilize from there, which is unfortunate. So I'll go and do this. I'm back up to 13, which is helpful. I can block this pretty easily. I've got 2 scries going on. Pretty good situation, if I do say so myself. Luckily, they've been kind of stuck on lands here. I don't think there's any situation in which I block this. Because literally, like almost anything in their deck makes this thing just better. So there's like no reason for me to take that risk. And yeah, it seems like they're going to use their spells anyway, which I'm not sure is correct. Yep, so that would have killed my Wildgrowth Walker. And she would not have died. Ow. Incredibly rude. Where's the music? Use this one first. Because of the treasure hour. Oh, absolutely, my friend. Oh, absolutely. Don't even need to go through the rest of that. Main phase. Jadelight Ranger. Let's get to the life gain. Against aggro, you're pretty screwed. I'm getting 3 triggers. Can get lands. Cool. Gain some life. Yeah, I'm gonna go and keep that on top. Don't mind if I do. And we're back up to 18. Now let's go ahead and do this. And let's go ahead and, honestly, just pass. I don't really need to attack here. I guess I could have. But I could even just, like, block this. And I really wouldn't care if it died, because I do have Command the Dreadhorde. So. Let's see, though. What? You gonna play Feather now? Like that's a pretty big tell, I think, that they have Feather. No, I should do this just in case. Oh, it's a Dreadhorde Arcanist. You're gonna give this haste? Do you have a way to get him haste? That's interesting. I did not expect that. So yeah, they see the power. I'm doing this end of turn because I might as well. I guess I don't really need to have a stop on my end step though. Or on my upkeep, because I know I'm gonna want to play this. I don't know why it would do that. Actually, I do want to use this. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that on top. Just gain a bunch more life, please. Thank you. I guess I'm just gonna draw this. Because I would like to get Citadel now, actually. I'm in a really good spot. Would I be able to cast it is the question. No. I have 5 mana. I wouldn't be able to cast it this turn. But still, I do want it. Let's see what this is on top. Meh. Alright, cool. So we flip this next turn, we play Bolas of Citadel, and we go off. Ooh, we don't flip this next turn, you dum-dum. We use this next turn. Once again, no attacks. I don't care. I'm close to winning. It's whatevs. The mono-red matchup was pretty easy, because I played Wildgrowth Walkers. They used burn spells to kill them. Then I played the Wanderer. And they had to concede when I had a Jadelight Ranger and the Dinosaur, Wayward Swordtooth out. It's pretty good. Pretty dang good. And the last match was against Dimir. It had like oh, I don't care about that at all. Just feeds my Command the Dreadhorde. They had like Hostage Taker, Pterodon. What are you gonna cast? Indestructible Scry is my guess. I was wrong. They're just gonna do the draw card. I have no reason to block, honestly. I still have no reason to block. I don't need to risk these cards. Like, I'm at 27. Yeah, I don't even care. Hit me. They had, like, Eldritch Reborn, Quasi-Duplicate. They had a Caverage's Insight. I don't know exactly what it was. I just put Dimir something, and I won. I was able to just destroy them with my Bolas to Citadel value. Like, they had me there in the first half. But I got there in the second. Alright, so we're gonna go and play... we're not gonna play this land, you stupid, stupid person. Tap the way I want you to tap. Thank you. We want to keep this as well to make sure we can draw out of a land if we get one. So on top is a land. Honestly, we're gonna go and pay 2 life just in case we have to use it. So this is exactly why we do this. The rage is so hard within me. You piece of shit. Well, luckily we can at least cast Command if we have to. Okay, Jadelight Ranger, thank you. I'll get a Branchwalker, and at this point I should be able to win. I can shove that in the ground. I have 2 triggers per... Yeah, I've won. And you could say, like, my opponent got screwed on land, but even if they didn't, I still don't think I would have done poorly here. Yeah, I don't know. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I mean, this game is over. It's just gonna take a little. It's gonna take some time to realize. Over your shoulder, you know that I'm always be picking you up when you're down. So just turn around. Die. Let the bodies hit the floor. Give it indestructible, see if I care. Wow. Oh, you kept it on top. We'll see if you see a next turn. I have so much life, I can command the Dreadhorde. Do I want to just command the Dreadhorde now as well? I get 2 things back? Honestly, sure. I have so much life. I can command the Dreadhorde, get back to Wonder as well, so the next command the Dreadhorde isn't going to actually, like, hurt me. So we'll go and do this. Get all of these. I can even exile that. Oh my gosh, look at all these triggers. Oh. Opponent, you should probably concede at this point. There we go. I have been able to kill an opponent with Bolas the Citadel, but sometimes they just concede. Because once it gets going, it's really hard to like not get there. You can absolutely not get there, but it feels in my playing that is really hard. Hey, there's music. Hopefully this part doesn't get copyright claimed. Fun fact for those of you not in the know, I got a copyright claim on my Niv Mizzet video. Not from my singing, which I would understand. It was from a video content. Now you might be saying, Derek, you didn't play any video content? You're right. I was claimed for 30 seconds from between the end of a game, where like literally my opponent explodes, goes to the like victory screen, and then me queuing up for another game. Like it ends right before I actually get into the game. What? So I disputed the claim, because obviously they have no legs. It's like Bell Media or something like that. So I was just like, hey, this is ridiculous. I tweeted about it to Wizards and to the Bell Media Inc. I was like, hey, this is actual nonsense. Take this away from me, please. So I'm gonna have to wait to see how that process pans out. The unfortunate bit is they have like 30 days, and within those 30 days, like I get no monies from that video. Luckily, it's not like a strike; it's just a claim. So like a channel can have literally like as many claims as they get. So that, I mean, that's fine. It's just annoying. But it means that I'm a big streamer now, because I'm not a streamer. I'm a big content creator now, because I got a false copyright claim. Going up against what looks to be Selesnya Tokens. Double Sapperling Migration. It might just be Sapperlings. What are you doing? Are you casting that now? Oh, locked on. Oh god. No, it's Selesnya Tokens. Color me scared. Gonna go and play this Branchwalker. I'd love me a oh, it's not a Jadelight Ranger. I guess I'm gonna go and play this. Next turn I can Wanderer and exile this, I suppose. I have decent blocks here. I should say I have okay blocks here. What are you doing? Oh! This is an interesting deck. I am not gonna lie, this is an interesting deck. So I think I'm just gonna double block one of them. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I take 13 here, so I go down to 10. That is insanity. It's not even virtual insanity, it's actual insanity. So I can Bond of Flourishing and try to get another... I'll try to get another card magic explore creature. Or I can just cast the Wanderer. I cannot cast this. Or I can just cast the Wanderer and exile this. She goes down to 3. One of them would have to kill her, so I assume 2 of them would go over there. My opponent is down to 3. I do think that playing the Wanderer is the safest bet here.
There are 2 kinds of mates. That time to meet your breaker.
So they have 11 damage. Am I dead?
With me.
My opponent missed lethal, right? If they attack me with all of their creatures, I have to block a 4/4, and I take 11. My opponent missed lethal. Yeah, the Wanderer dies. Cool.
Farewell.
Oh my god, Jadelight Ranger, thank you so much. Do I put that on top? I don't know. I'll graveyard it. Graveyard it. It's too slow. I'm gonna play this swamp so I can Bond of Flourishing this turn. I can put Swordtooth in my hand. I already have a land, so I might as well put this in my hand. I go up to 13. Do I attack the Ajani? My Wildgrowth Walker dies. If I don't, he can -2 again. These become 5. This was an interesting game. I'm fairly certain I'm going to lose. Wow. I mean, they had a good hand. I mean, if I attack, they just double block. I'm only able to kill 1. Yeah, I think I have to let this happen. I can chump block one of those. I can actually block one of those. Yep.
You were not destined to fight.
So I'm going to take 9 here. I don't like that they're holding something in their hand. So I was going to double block, but I think at this point I have to... So they could just actually have Conquerors something, Pride of Conquerors. I think that's it. And it would give them +2/+1. So no matter what thing I blocked, I would lose my Wildgrowth Walker. I'm fairly certain that would be the end of things. This would give me the maximum amount of ability to use my Command the Dreadhorde. So let's block like this. I'd go down to 4, so I can't even use Command the Dreadhorde. Damn it. I should have chosen the lands. I should have chosen... If I chosen the land, I would have been able to play the land. Command the Dreadhorde, get... I'm at 6, 2, 4. I guess 5. This would put me to 1, and then, yeah, that would be the most life gain back. It'd also provide the most blockers. But now I can't, so if I play this, I go to 4. I cast this, I could only get Merfolk Branchwalker. Or I can just Bond of Flourishing and hope I get a Jadelight Ranger. No, I got a Ravenous Chupacabra. I don't think that's better, though. Yeah, I think I'm just dead, unfortunately. Absolutely chungus. Absolute chungus of a game. So I can profitably block this and this, but then I would die. I could profitably block this, chump this. I take 5, 9, 12. Yep. Well, let's make sure they have to attack with all. What? That had to have been a misclick. That had to have been a misclick. There is no way. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So 2, 4, 7. I'm at 12. An additional one from 7 would be the Wanderer. That'd be 11, right? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. This. Submit 4. I'm going to go to 1 for a second. And I'm no longer going to be a 1.
Only one leaves.
Library. 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 Come at me, MFer. I guess I'll get rid of this.
Time to move. The bigger they are.
No attacks. So now I have pretty decent board, pretty decent life. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
You see the benefits of peace?
What are you trying to do, friend? I thought this was a loss. And this is exactly why I didn't concede when I did, because they had to attack with everything there. And either they misclicked or they just didn't count. Lockdown? Don't care. Why'd I keep this on top? Alright, let's see. Nothing really in there. No creatures in there. I think I might Path of Discovery into Merfolk Branchwalker. Gives me like maximum stuff. Alternatively, I can just Wayward Swordtooth and Merfolk Branchwalker, because it gives me maximum creatures to block. And this is also 5 power. It's not nothing. Shut up. Let's Branchwalker first, I suppose. Sure.
See you around. See you later.
Okay, I'm at 25. I actually want some of my creatures to die here, right? Like, I want all of my 4 creatures to die. Sure.
Light shall always conquer darkness.
Are they really going to go after the Wanderer? They didn't attack? For what it's worth, I think I was correct. I'm going to attack, though. Attack, attack. This gives them incentive to block. Cool. It's exactly what I wanted. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Darn, not enough. Let's go ahead and command the Dreadhorde, please. Let's get another Wanderer, why don't we? Exile some more cards.
Prepare yourself.
Meh. I just want to dig for Citadel at this point. Meh. I just want to get rid of the cards that actually do things. Like, I can just chump. Oh, yep, never didn't have it. Games took really long, which is unfortunate, but I'm going to play another one. This deck is actually really fun. I hope people enjoy this deck. Like, I know the reason I didn't really want to play this deck today is because of how many people have already played it. But it's still, like, I still want to play it, right? So I hope you enjoy seeing me play it because it's fun. Because I'm fun, he says. Uncertainly. This is a fine hand. Especially since we go first. We got this on turn 2. This or this on turn 3. Maybe this on turn 4. We have to see what exact deck we're going up against. Mortal Sun. Always gotta call the Planeswalkers. Drop them here. And then we gotta go. Mold to 6. Sure. Mold to 5. This might not be a game. They did keep it on top, so I assume this will be a game. White. Interesting. Go ahead and Walker. I think I prefer Treasure Map. Red, white. Interesting. Is this the Feather deck? Might be. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm fine doing this. I think they're holding up a Lightning Strike. No reason for me to attack, really. I don't know what they're playing. The 1 damage is very unlikely to matter. Krenko! Hello, friends. Oh, go ahead and keep that on top, I suppose. Krenko, that is interesting. So we can play Path of Discovery. I think that's the correct decision. So this will get a bit large before we can really do anything about it, but hopefully it doesn't actually matter. So next turn I probably just play Swordtooth anyway, so I don't think I'm going to Treasure Map. Same with Sprint. Oh, okay, that got bigger faster than I wanted it to. Do his goblins come in attacking? No, cool. So he's going to become a 4-power creature this. Okay, I didn't even see that. Ow! Alright, Jadelight Ranger's better. Well, no, it is. Yeah. I'm sorry. Graveyard. This is helpful because it makes me gain a bit of life. Allows us to block this a little bit better. Well, I want Bolas Citadel, but unfortunately, I don't think that is something I want right now. Yeah, I don't think that's something I want right now. I do want that right now. I think I just passed the turn. I'm probably going to still do this just to get the treasure, because I really want to be able to play multiple things a turn. So, Chandra, sure. They can only play something with 1 CMC, but they have several, I assume. Yeah, okay, so you can get that indestructible, which is fine, I suppose. It's going to become a 3-power creature, so they're going to have to use this. I assume they're going to attack with all the goblins as well. I assume they might as well, right? End of combat. Really? Once again, I'm surprised by the lack of aggression. Damn it. Whatever, it should be fine. So we're just going to be gaining a bunch of life here. Don't hate drawing a land. I already have one. I don't think I want that one. I do want that one. One, two... Ah, darn, I don't have enough mana for it. I can play the Wanderer. What do you do? I think it's better just to play Swordtooth. Cost me a lot of stuff, though. What is another blocker? And I get to path. I get to explore, sorry. So, my opponent only has 2 cards left. They have an additional card from their draw, an additional card from Chandra, so that's 4 total cards they're working with. Library, obviously. But they're gutted at potentially 6 mana. How much can they do for 6 mana in this style of deck when we've been shown that they're playing a few kind of weak cards? No reason to attack since they can just chump block us pretty easily since we do not have trample. Thank you. Binding on the Wildgrowth Walker. Well, that sucks. I don't think there's anything in the deck that can deal with that. Well.
What's that smell? Oh, it's you burning.
I can theoretically still get there with Command the Dreadhorde, though, so that's nice. Why did I put a stop on my upkeep? When did I put a stop on my upkeep? What? Why would you tap like that? No. Crap. Just gonna kill the... Well, I'm gonna target the Krenko. They have to use their bodyguard. Sure. The rest don't go in the graveyard, which is upsetting. But they only have 2 cards left. Their Chandra still's not at 7, so I feel like I'm fine just waiting. I don't know if it's correct to keep Command the Dreadhorde on top.
Sit back and watch it burn.
Justice Strike. That's unfortunate. They still seem reluctant to attack, though. I think they're just banking on Chandra. Possible. Still no attacks. Makes sense, I suppose. Going to Bonds of... Got a Bonds of Flourishing. Would like a Citadel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, I cannot cast it this turn. I can cast the Wanderer, but she's almost certainly going to die. Is that fine? I guess it incentivized my opponent to attack me.
Regrettable that you crossed my path.
Looks like they might have burned for her. Nope. Yep, they're being greedy.
This is just gonna be bad.
Are you kidding me? As soon as on the Wanderer. My Chupacabra. That's okay. I only have 1 more Chupacabra. I don't care about that too much. Are you going to attack my Wanderer now? I mean, if you attack with just your tokens, you get 3 damage through. Why are you attacking me? I don't actually care if I lose these creatures, because I plan on using, like, Command the Dreadhorde. Guess I could have double blocked that. Oh, right. You still die. And I'm still at 31. I do not understand that at all. I have 31 life. I don't care. No. I need to tap everything but the Treasure Cove, because I need to be able to potentially work through it. Right, it's not worth getting, unless you get this, Krenko and Dauntless. Is it? It might actually be worth just commanding the Dreadhorde this turn. Fuck. I don't know. I think it's actually correct to do this, because I lose no life and I get a lot of stuff. Graveyard. Barely got there. Once again, graveyard. I'm dumping all this in for like an additional one. Let's see here. So I can play multiple lands. Oh, this just automatically chose Jadelight Ranger? Sure. Play this. I could draw a card, but I don't think I need to. I might as well attack here. They can only deal 1 damage to the Wanderer. They're gonna get a lot of cards. No attacks. Yeah. They could potentially get a lot of cards here. By -7ing. But what exactly can you do? I forgot that that works that way. Alright, Wanderer's gone.
Figure it out on your own.
That's fine.
There's no problem. Fire can solve.
Yeah, I'm not worried about any of these cards. Sure. Sure. You want to shoot your own thing? Yep. Once again, sure. This, once again, is on my Jadelight, right? Yes. Is it instance? Yes, it is. So they're going to be able to do it again on my turn. Unfortunate, but cast Levi. Okay. It's not what I wanted to see. I assume my opponent's going to use the reckless thing now? Nope. Can't play that off the top. So I'm going to put it in the yard. And get to my other Command the Dreadhorde. That would be helpful. I'm going to put that in the yard. Play this. Draw this. Yep, this binding hurt real bad. The thing is, they still only have like 1 card. So I think I'm just gonna pass. Like, Command the Dreadhorde can still get me there. Yeah, okay. So my second Command the Dreadhorde. I'm still 27. Still not reeling too much. They're gonna go ahead and use Reckless now. Although they should not use it on that one. I only have so much light to work with here, unfortunately. Can play another Wanderer. So I'm drawing live to Wanderer as well. Sure. Double block this. Taking 7, 10, 13. So I can get rid of the larger one. Sure. It also helps with Command the Dreadhorde. Oh, cool. I can see what all is attacking me that's unblocked. Sure. Unfortunately, I'm at 14, so there's only so much I can do. That is a land. That is helpful. I have to use it now. That's fine. Didn't actually matter for that. Stat binding, man. Didn't know this deck's ran binding. Okay. I can't cast Chupacabra. Oh, those two bindings. So clutch. Llanowar Elf, sure. Okay, Command the Dreadhorde. I legitimately don't know how much of this I can cast, because I go to 3. Fuck. Yeah, I can't even use it. Because I would go to 3 from casting it. Then I would be able to get just Wildgrowth Walker. Because I would die before the triggers actually get to resolve. So if I got Wildgrowth Walker, I'd be the 1. Then my opponent would kill it in response to the Path of Discovery trigger. So I have to graveyard it and see if there's any other way out of this. And I don't think there is. Alright, cool. Well, that binding was clutch. So if you're planning on taking this into best of 3, put in Reclamation Sages. Reclamation Sage is not a card that I expected to need to deal with, or need to use. So let's look at Reclamation Sage. So, Rec Sage, I'm actually going to go like this, put it in the sideboard. Rec Sage or Brontodon are both viable options to deal with the artifacts and enchantments running around. And honestly, it's reasonable to have these very high. If you were to also take this in best of 3, I would suggest using things like Duress as well. Duress is very helpful. I can't think if there's potential that you're gonna get hit by Graveyard Hate from like Ashiok or something, and in that case I would say maybe you can put in some cards that kill Planeswalkers as well, but you want to make sure that your creature density still remains high, right? You don't want to have a deck in which you can't function anymore. So we're gonna go and open a pack. It's still a fun video. I think over the course of all of them, I think I have a playset of all of the rares now. That's interesting. I believe that we've only lost 2 out of the, 3. We lost 2 and 1, some number I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I'd like to, of course, thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Croft, Zin, and Rexel for continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting me on Patreon, you can find links to that down in the description below, or you can just hit the join button to become a channel member, functionally a $5 patron. In the description as well, you'll find links to my Aether account where I host my deck list, including this one, as well as the Discord server where we chat and play games. That's also where I tell people when I'm streaming, because I plan on doing that more soon. Yes, I do hope that you've enjoyed this video. I know that several people have played it at this point, but I had fun. That's why I played it. I wanted to have fun. Anyway, if you did, go and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast one of those comments in the comment section down below, pass the turn, and the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, all will be one under the shadow of Bolas' Citadel.